It's the one you guys have been waiting for. I asked you lot on Instagram to send me your hottest takes about anything from upcoming season predictions, old football takes, whatever you want, and I'm going to read out as many of them as possible. We're going to rank them on a scale of like a Nando's peri peri thing. Extra hot, hot, medium, lemon and herb, plain. I'll be honest, I've read them. Some of them break their scale. They're beyond hot takes. Obviously, I'll give my opinion as well if I agree or disagree, whether we're letting the plane land or not. So collect your popcorn, like the video if you enjoy the kind of interactive style vids. Obviously, subscribe. We're on the road to that 100k plaque one day. We start with Masutka, who says check his top 5 keepers all time. It's a hot take. Am I letting it land? Off the dome, without too much thinking, we're going Neuer, Buffon, Yashin, Casillas, and then fifth is kind of up for grabs, so I'll let you have it. It's a hot take, but I think I'm going to agree with you for now. Next up, we have Nihilistic Variable, who says, even if Ronaldo hits 1,500 goals, he will still never be better than Messi. It is a hot take, and let me tell you why. Obviously, he's pushing for 1,000 goals, right? So he's about, what, 550 away, 600 away? So you're saying that even if he, in theory, plays for 5 years and bags 100 goals in those 5 years, there's no debate. I'll be honest, I can't lie. If Ronaldo in his 40s is bagging, and again, let's clarify, he's not going to go to like Portuguese second division or something. He's still going to be, even Saudi League, 100 goals is crazy, bro. I think if he's putting up hundreds per season, yeah, we have to ask questions ever so slyly, nah? I don't know, you let me know. Right, next up, we have Virgil van Dijk is just Lewis Dunk with PR. And he's even signed off with Enoch. He's so proud of this stinking take. He's put his name like, hello guys, it's me, Enoch. I can't even go like extra hot, hot or medium or nothing. This guy, he's put on the extra hot, and then he's added the Jamaican Scotch bonnet, and then for the Ghanaians, he's added extra shito on top of it to make it as spicy as possible. This is just nonsense. And from one end of the spectrum, we go to the other, because the next one is from Caleb, who says, United are going to be better. Ooh. No way. It's pretty hard to be much. Listen, I'm laughing, but then again, hey, 16th, 17th is possible, but no, obviously they're gonna get better. Yes, I agree, but this is as mild as it gets. This is basically like, I'd argue the chicken hasn't even been cooked yet. The chicken is just raw. You just bought it from like Iceland. You haven't even put it on the oven. You just started biting it. Justine Chikazi says Folland will win a Ballon d'Or in the next 10 years. Let that bag go, bro. The bag is hanging off. You know that meme of the Just Do It bag from secondary school? The handles are ripping. Just let it go, bro. You had your chance. It's over. It's a hot take, but it's not one I agree with. Blacks says Beckham's the most overrated Prem player of all time, and to him, he's James Ward-Prowse with better PR in a better team. It's definitely an extra hot take, and it's also wrong. I think people who call Beckham overrated weren't actually there watching football back in the day. You guys think he's overrated because he's like he's a celebrity, he's a superstar, fashion icon, whatever. You guys need to understand that the only reason he even got to them levels in the first place was because he was elite at football to begin with. You don't play for, what was that time, the best team in the country, and then go to the Galacticos and be the main guy there just because you got like cool haircuts and nice fashion sense. So as hot as the take is, I'm afraid I'm not letting you land. Moose2K07 says Bruno Fernandes is greater than KDB in every aspect bar passing. Not only am I not letting the plane land, but I'm hijacking it like DB Cooper when he hijacked that plane back in 1971. For those of us who remember. I'm making an assumption from your name, the 2K07, so you are 18 years old. If anything, I struggle to think of things that Bruno's better than. Penalties? Other than that, what attribute does he have better than KDB? And then guys get annoyed when I start cooking Bruno, but look at the pedestal United fans put him on. Referum says Chelsea's 04-05 season is harder to do than the Arsenal Invincible season. It's not a hot take, 'cause I think it's one that many people have debated and they kind of argue it. I'm going to go medium because there is a middle ground here. It's a tough one, I'll be honest with you. The reason why I will disagree is because with regards to Arsenal Invincibles, I feel like, one, that's something that teams aspire to achieve every single year, right? You go in to start the season to go invincible. People say, oh, you can go invincible and get relegated. Sure, you can have 38 draws and go down, but that didn't happen. They went invincible and won the league. So think about it mentally, right? Even in your Sunday league, forget even Premier League or even in Sunday league, if there's a team that is unbeaten, every team plays them like it's the cup final. Whereas you don't go in there to a season trying to concede less than 10 or 15 or 19. Do you get what I mean? I feel like there was always a target on Arsenal's back that, look, We must beat them. We're going to be the team that stops their run. So mentally, it's a bit different. But I'm going to let you land. I feel like I hear both perspectives on that one. Many people talk about like 12 draws or whatever. Again, a lot of them were after the title was already wrapped up. And I repeat, when everyone's fighting for their life, remember back in the day as well, them games, they'll be kicking you and booting you to try and stop you from winning, and then they still go over the line. I think we've got to respect it a bit more. But at the same time, the Chelsea goal record, look, we've seen fantastic defenses over the years. I'm not sure we'll see it again purely because of the way football's played nowadays. We have the mate Trafford Langton who says Doku would be the best left winger in the world next season. It is a hot take, definitely. In fact, I'm going to give you extra hot take for that one. Because as far as I'm concerned, he needs to focus on actually starting for City next season. Because, yeah, he was there last year. But this year, with guys like Shirky coming in, will he be a 10? Will he be a left winger? Obviously, Foden's still got to play somewhere. Savinho will be there on the right. Marmoush is obviously much better than him as well. So, look, my hot take, Doku might not even be a starter by the end of the season, let alone the best left winger in the world. Nostradamus' hot take is James Milner has a better Premier League rap sheet than Stevie G. Who let Lies Bouzidi on the burner, bro? What is a rap sheet, bro? What's all this nonsense? I feel like Gerrard's another one that he's getting too disrespected, guys. Gerrard, for me, is the only player that has no Premier League that is allowed to be in a Premier League all-time 11. That's my hot take. You might agree, you might disagree, I don't know. Luan Retagi says PSG will not be able to replicate last season. No way! What? They're not going to win a quadruple back-to-back? Oh, who could have seen that coming? That is a plain, mild take. Boring. Issa Khan 911 says Drogba is the best striker in Premier League history. I was going to make a joke about the plane, but I can't do that because your name has 911. But yes, I'm not letting this plane land because that's a bad take. No, the plane is going to land safe and sound. Move on. That's it. He's not the best striker. September Nick says João Pedro will be top 3 for EPL goals. No. Erling Haaland will obviously be in that top 3. You'd assume Salah will be in there. Obviously now the goals will be shared because the likes of Ekitike is there, Wirtz is there. Isak may or may not be coming as well, I don't know. So yeah, maybe he's not going to hit the high 20s, but you'd imagine Salah to be there. And then there's one spot left. Nah, I don't think João Pedro takes it. I think like a 6th or 7th. It's a hot take, but no thank you. New Aim Shafi says Chelsea have the best midfielder in the world and it's not even a debate. It's a hot take and it's wrong. You guys know me. I'm not going to keep on going on about it because I've said it many times in these daily videos. I'm a Caicedo guy. I've been a Caicedo guy since before he arrived at Chelsea. After he arrived at Chelsea, I'm there. But you guys can't keep doing this logic of like, oh, he played PSG and Chelsea beat PSG, therefore he's the best. Therefore Palmer's the best. Therefore Enzo's the best. Like that's not how football works. You outplayed them that day, absolutely. But if we're going to use this logic of like just one game matchups, then the fact that Arsenal keep on beating Chelsea every single time, I don't see guys therefore saying, I don't know, Odegaard's better than everyone in Chelsea, or this guy's better than everyone, or Martinelli's better. Like, that's just not how football works. So please, give Caicedo his flowers without going overboard, because that's how you start getting people pushing him back down. Yeah, and you see why Chelsea fans ruin everything, bro. How did this guy even put a photograph in the bro? I put an IG, what's it? Ask me anything, whatever, right? You write words in there. This guy has somehow put a photograph of Reece James holding Club World Cup trophy. Why do these guys do that, bro? What's wrong with them? I didn't even know you could even do that on Instagram. Move on. Right, Joe Osborne says the 2011-12 season was the peak of football with quality and entertainment wise. Ooh, I like it. It's a unique one. It's a hot take. Okay, we got put a bit of garlic on it to make it have a bit more flavor to it. Am I going to agree with it? It's definitely up there for sure in terms of like the ending as well. And I think every neutral seeing City win it at the death, I think was fantastic. In terms of quality though, can I tell you what? For me, the late 2000s, the English teams, that was like their renaissance, if you will. Or I say renaissance, they never really had the initial part, but that was probably in the 2000s their best era in terms of like in the European perspective. You're always seeing Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal and United. All four of them were making the far stages of the Champions League. And even in the league, 07-08, I'd argue, was probably quality-wise, all four of them closest to being like at their best. Because obviously you had the United Champions League winning team, you had Chelsea losing the final, but an incredible team. You had the Arsenal team that probably, without the Eduardo injury, wins the league and was playing the nicest football. You had Liverpool, who now had Torres and Gerrard barking it off. So I'm going to go 07-08, but I like your take. I would put that one maybe top three. Definitely top 5. Connor says Johan Cruyff is the only player that could kick it with current players. Others would pass out. It's a hot take, and again, it's not one that I agree with, sadly, because we have the likes of Alfredo Di Stefano. We know what he was doing in the 50s and the 60s. The guy was playing nearly every position. The likes of Sir Bobby Charlton of United. Again, think about the mental fortitude this guy showed to survive the plane crash, come and rebuild United, and then win them the Champions League. And yeah, I can't lie. We have to respect some of these players. There are some overrated ones for sure, but some of them physically were up for it. Even, I'll go back to Sir Sandy Matthews, right? This guy was the oldest player to ever win the Ballon d'Or. He kept his body in such good physical condition because why? He was doing runs on the beach in the morning when he was at Blackpool. He was doing runs. Go and look at the tapes. We seen him there. Meggy Vinicio says Lamine Yamal will be better than Messi. It is a debate that probably everyone is into right now. Where do I stand? I just think I have to disagree, guys. You can argue Lamine Yamal at 18 is better than Messi at 18, or at least is achieving more and is more important to his team than Messi was, but I think it's so difficult to end up being that kind of level. And obviously Messi had Ronaldo pushing him every step of the way. Does Yamal quite have that? I know guys are going to come and bring me their own youngsters, but the level Yamal's already at is a lot higher than anyone in his age range. So it's definitely a hot take. I don't know. And then the temperament, the partying with the dwarves and that. Messi was just football. He don't even do no interviews or speak to other people. So I think I'm going to have to disagree on this one, sadly. Alok says Liverpool will not qualify for Champions League next season. That is an extra hot take. And it's not one that I'm willing to let land. So you're telling me 5 teams are going to be better? Because bear in mind, 5th team gets Champions League. Nah. Bro, they're going to get Champions League, man. They may struggle to win the league, sure, but they're still going to get top 5. Kai says, Palace have a better chance of winning the Conference League, so demotion was a blessing in disguise. I was with you. I was about to get on the co-pilot thing with you, because obviously winning Conference League is easier than Europa League. However, blessing in disguise, I don't know about that, you know. I feel like it's your first time out. It is a bit of a dampener when, you know, you've worked hard to win that FA Cup. You think you're playing Europa League, and then you're facing like Midget Land and these random bum teams. But again, look, beggars can't be choosers. It's your first time taking your passport, so I'll let you land on it. But let's keep it real as well. You guys were desperate to get in Europa League. That's why you man are still fighting against UEFA and them man to be invited back in. But I hear you. Laya says Benzema is Higuain level without his Ballon d'Or season and not even better than Oba. Well, I think your name says it all, mate. You are a liar. It is a hot take, but I don't understand this thing of what happens nowadays where someone does something really, really good for a year and then guys say, without that year, he's a bum. Like, that's just not true, is it? Because he was the original star boy at Lyon with the Novotel on his shirt. He was the guy. FIFA 08, FIFA 09 days, he was the guy. Yes, he was in Ronaldo's shadow for a long time, but I think you're being a bit harsh on him here. Keenan says, Scholes in today's game will be worse than Kovacic. I'm sorry, man. Listen, it's extra hot, and I'm going to enjoy that chicken. I'm going to enjoy that meal. I'm tucking in. I'm having the meal with you, but you're paying the bill. I'm not paying. These are the views of Keenan Murta. I don't agree with you, sadly, but I'm gonna enjoy it with you. Semi Logo says, Bruno Fernandes will win Arsenal the league if you swap him with Odegaard. When are these dudes gonna learn, bro? I'm seeing my man booted to the advertising boards in pre-season games. When are you going to realise there is a common denominator between my man failing year in, year out versus the guy that is captaining his team to, yes, sure, they have not won the league, but they're in a far better position in Europe as well than what Bruno Fernandes is captaining his team to because he scores penalties every now and then. Let's be reasonable, please. Florian says Jude should have won the Ballon d'Or over Vinny and Rodri. It's a medium take, maybe a slight bit of kick in there, but I'm going to agree with you. I do think that is the case. I do think it was a similar situation to Liverpool. Was it 2018-19? You have to correct me. When they obviously had Van Dijk, Salah, Mane, all fighting for it. They ended up splitting the votes between each other, and then of course we know what happened. Similarly now, Real Madrid, if they were just intelligent, bro, that Jude first season from start to finish, they try and say, oh, but he was bad second half. Like, he wasn't. They started pushing Vinny out of nowhere. They started pushing Carvajal for whatever reason. Couldn't believe my eyes. They just dashed Jude away, like I always say it, like Andy from Toy Story. You know when my man comes in and he boots Woody on the floor or something. They did that to Jude for whatever reason, and now it ended up being a Rodri win. So yes, I agree with you. Mr. Franoko says Rashford going to Barca is going to end his career quicker. Hot take. I mean, what does end his career quicker mean? I don't know what that means, but I disagree with you still. I don't know what you mean, but I disagree, because there is, despite Barca maybe arguably being the bigger club, or definitely the better club at the moment, there's less pressure on him because the English media is not going to be on his back 24/7. But listen, Premier League players go into La Liga. I mean, we've seen the likes of like Rafinha go there. He's putting up Ballon d'Or type seasons. Obviously, Anthony done alright as well. So I don't think Rashford will struggle at all. I don't think his rep will go down from Barca. I'm not saying like they'll sign him permanently, but he'll have like a respectable season. Sule says Salah had a better legacy, not player, than Neymar. Where is Neymar at current Salah's age? One of my least favourite type of football opinions. When guys do, oh, my guy's 37. Where was your guy at 37? Why don't you guys keep the same energy for the complete reverse? Because when Neymar was getting top 10 Ballon d'Or candidates as a teenager and winning Puskas awards and getting the move to Barca and whatnot in his early 20s, Salah was playing for Al Mokaoloon. So why do you guys do this? Obviously, yes, players are going to retire at different ages, bro. The same for like Rooney. Bro, Rooney was there playing week in, week out from like 16. Obviously, he's going to retire earlier than someone who, yeah, like he was alright. The same thing happens with Iniesta and Modric. But you man, I hate it, bro. I hate it. They start saying, why is Iniesta playing for Japanese league or wherever he was? Look at Modric, bro. And then they tell me about Modric in the war. I don't care about like what happened to Modric in the war, bro. You're comparing their careers. It has nothing to do with who fought in the war. So stop using like longevity only based on how old they are at the end of their career, because the start of their career is important too. So no, I disagree with you. Logan Nora says Pele is overshadowed by newer football fans due to him not playing in a top 5 league. I think I agree. There are definitely many Pele haters who talk about like he makes up his numbers and his stats or whatever. He was playing against farmers is the biggest one, but guys forget that oftentimes they would come and play European teams and Pele would still dunk on their heads, bro. He'll crash it out the park. And again, Brazil, bear in mind these times, your league is mostly made up of just your current national team players, if you know what I mean. There wasn't like many foreign exports in the 50s and 60s yet. So with that in mind, knowing that Brazil were the strongest nation in the world, it stands to say that the Brazilian league was at a very, very high level too. So I agree with you. It's not really a hot take. It's pretty mild, but I'm there with you. And Messi says Alexis Sanchez was better than Hazard in the 2017 season. Ooh, it is a hot take. It's one that I've seen quite a lot. Maybe medium to hot take. It's tough. It's tough. Because Hazard is one where quality, we know how fantastic he is. He's ripped apart, Arsenal many times as well. If we're talking their individual best, it's difficult. It's difficult. Because Sanchez had that 3-year spell where he was pretty much unplayable. For club and country, it's a difference. He delivered Copa America for Chile. So when guys complain about like, oh, how can Belgium win this? I can do that, bro. Sanchez won back-to-back Copa Americas for Chile and made Messi cry and retire. I think I'm going to agree with you. Mikael says a confident Nunes is better than Isak. This is a scorching hot take and it's wrong. Because, newsflash, bucko, what you're seeing recently is a confident Nunes. This whole time, he has been confident. He's still trying these outrageous volleys and dinks from 20 yards. He's confident, bro. He's just not good. So, no, you're wrong. Next, Moha MUFC. United finish top 4 next season. Again, very hot take. Is the plane landing? Someone go and call George Bush. Next. Reese says Gareth Bale is the best player ever from the British Isles of all time. It's medium, I would say. I think many people will agree with you on this. The candidates are, I suppose, Gareth Bale, George Best, someone with Charlton, and Wayne Rooney. I'd probably say that's like the top 4. Maybe you could chuck a Stanley Matthews in 5th place. So you can definitely make the argument that it's certainly like career. I mean, 5 Champions Leagues, league titles and whatever. He put Wales on his back when many other Welsh wingers that played in Manchester couldn't do that. So yeah, I'm down for that. I'm down for that. Harlan says R9 and Beckham are overrated. Another one calling Beckham overrated. I don't get what you guys are seeing, bro. Is it because he's sick at free kicks, so like you guys think he's bad? In fact, I'm starting to sense a theme here. When someone is so good at one thing, yeah, now they become rubbish at everything. It's confusing to me. No, move on. Pikio says Lewandowski is the best number 9 of all time, including trophies and legacy. Absolute beast. What is Lewa's legacy out of interest? Because the legacy I remember was failing for Poland year in, year out, when other players stepped up and delivered. Gerard Sandoval says all 3 newly promoted teams will stay in the Premier League. No. It's a very hot take, a very hot take, and I like it, but I can't back you. XR Cameron says some of it will become an elite Prem winger and win the Ballon d'Or within 4 years. I wonder what team that is at. Listen, if there was a Ballon d'Or given out for the coldest names, I'll let you have it. Crescencio is a cold name, but unfortunately, the football ability doesn't quite match up to how cold his name is. So very hot take, plane has crashed. Tiago says Arsenal should sack Arteta and sign Fabregas. Sign Fabregas as a player or... No. I think there was a time where Fabregas could potentially go to Arsenal, but I think sacking Arteta right now, assume is what you mean, I think is pretty stupid, to be fair. I think he has the striker now. Obviously, he wanted Tesco, he's got Gyökeres, but I think, listen, as a manager, you can't just get every single player that you want. Sometimes you got to deal with the cards that are given to you. If you've now got your striker and you end up getting a left winger and you still don't deliver the trophies, then you have those convos. But I think the last 3 years have been upwards progression, whether that be in points or Champions League or whatever. So I think it's fair to give some more time. All right, we'll do like 8 more and then we're getting out of here. Lil Hood says Dodi Luka Bacchio, if put in that Madrid team, could outperform Vinicius. I mean, if you mean the current specific Vinicius right now, then maybe, because he's been really, really bad. But in general, no, I'm sorry. Hot take, really hot take. I'm leaving the restaurant. Sorry. Skip it. Oh. Should I even read this, bro? I've just seen the guy's name. I didn't even see his name. I saw the take. Skibbity092 says Garnacho is the regen of Cristiano Ronaldo. Not only am I leaving the restaurant, but I'm reporting it to... It's not Ofcom. It's not Ofsted. What's the restaurant one? Whatever it is, I'm going to say that there was rats in the restaurant, bro, and there was hair in the food. We're getting it shut down, bro. Suleiman says, Son is a bigger Tottenham legend than Kane. Ooh. Hot take. Do I agree? You know what it is? Kane coming through their academy, becoming their top scorer. Obviously didn't win a trophy. I'll let Spurs fans take that one. I don't know. I do think Kane is probably still the bigger legend, but yeah, no trophies is... It's tough. V Basto says Dembele for Ballon d'Or is the only correct option. Mild take. One that I agree with. If your opinion isn't that, you are showing a bit too much bias. And you know, on this channel, we have no bias except when it comes to hating on Luis Suarez. So, on to the next. Nathan says City are 10 points off top by March next season. Ooh, I like it. That's a bold one. It's hot. Am I going to back you? 10 points by March. I can shake hands on like a 7 or 8. I'll shake your hand on 7. Anouk Zaza says Prime Theo Walcott is the second best 14 after Henry. Yeah, this guy just said Prime Theo Walcott is better than Johan Cruyff. Fair enough, man. We move on to the next, bro. I'm not even going to give that a rating. Eternal Drago says Rakitic at one point was better than Modric. Hot take. I like it. My hot take, to be on the back of your hot take, is... I don't think he was better as a footballer than Modric. However, maybe you guys disagree with me on my hot take here. I do think Rakitic was better in that 2018 World Cup. Like, I don't even think Modric was their best midfielder. At any World Cup, by the way. But yeah, somehow this guy won a Ballon d'Or. So, let me know if you agree in the comments. Maybe I'm having a howler. I don't know. And we end on the final statement. Oladipo says, Amenyah is better than Højlund. Is that even a hot take? Roll the tapes. I'm just saying. When he scored this, I don't know. But that's all it takes for now. I enjoyed that. Hopefully you guys did. If you want, I can do it again. Go follow on IG. Spam the comments if you enjoyed it. Let me know what was the worst take in the video. And as I keep on saying, the more likes and engagement, the better. Because with you guys' support, we will be getting the 100k plaque one day. In a bit, have a great rest of your week. Bosh.